Seeing the warning signal of a mountain ahead, the little train immediately sounded its whistle as an alert. The train driver instantly understood and started frantically shoveling coal into the furnace. Then, with a sudden burst of speed, the little train charged up the slope. The driver kept working hard to feed more coal. As a result, the little train quickly overcame all the obstacles. But just then, a turtle suddenly appeared right in front of it. The turtle was so scared that it immediately buried its head in its shell. The driver, seeing this, quickly pulled on the brakes. To everyone's relief, the turtle was not hurt. The little train then continued to move quickly and soon safely delivered its friendly passengers back home. Before long, the little train returned to the station. Just at that moment, the station master and the driver began to whisper to each other. It turned out that they had planned to use a big, powerful train to carry passengers. Soon, the large train arrived in front of them. The little train was so frightened that it seemed to run away, and the driver was also taken aback. Then, the driver and the station master signed an agreement. The little train became very sad and left the station with a heavy heart. As it moved along, it saw rows of abandoned trains in front of it. It had no choice but to do the hard work of pulling cargo. Meanwhile, the driver at home was very worried. His wife, seeing this, quickly went over to comfort him. The large train took over the job of carrying passengers. Unexpectedly, it drove without any regard for others. Both animals and people were so scared that they ran away as fast as they could. Soon, the train's speed increased and more residents nearby were affected. Before long, the story made the front page headlines. At that time, the little train was pulling heavy cargo slowly and was occasionally punished. But because the large train was moving too fast, the tracks actually broke apart, and the big train was stuck. By chance, the little train discovered this. Ignoring the objections of the train driver, the little train broke free from its chains and quickly headed toward the big train. To everyone's anger, the train driver actually fired a gun at it. But soon, the little train arrived in front of everyone and used its coupling hook to attach to the big train. Then, with all its might, it pulled the big train back onto the tracks. Just then, the little train realized that there was still one more carriage left behind. So, it got back on the tracks, hooked the carriage with its coupler, and pulled with all its might. Seeing this, everyone quickly added more fuel to help. To everyone's joy, the little train suddenly unleashed its full potential and successfully pulled the carriage to safety. Then, they realized that the big train was beyond repair. Just as the driver was feeling sad, the spirit of the little train somehow arrived in heaven, where it was welcomed and loved by everyone. The heroic deeds of the little train made the front page news and were praised by people everywhere. Finally, to everyone's surprise, with the advancement of technology, the little train was repaired and put back into service, continuing to fulfill its mission.